Welcome to a new session. In this video, we are going to see the genetic algorithms using Python. Genetic algorithm is a very different philosophy used in the data science and artificial intelligence. So you can just see the picture which I have shown on the front screen of it here. See, so the giraffe snake is evolving from last so many millions of years, and now what's the size of the snake? Because the necessity has changed the figure of the giraffe, and based on that the neck that you see today is achieved. Now the basic philosophy behind the genetic algorithm is this. So there's a famous quote from Charles Darwin. You might be knowing Charles Darwin. He's known for his evolution, so his theory of humankind. So what the Charles Darwin has said, it's not the strongest of species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but one most responsive to change. Remember, there are lot many species, billions of species of animals and many, almost every living things available. But what's the survival? How the survival is done? So survival is not the most intelligent species or the most strongest species. They don't survive. The survival is done by only the most responsive species. They are adopting the changes. So you must be thinking what is got to do with the genetic algorithm. Actually, the entire concept of genetic algorithm is based on this particular line by the Charles Darwin. Now let's see how exactly we'll apply that. Let's take an hypothetical situation where you are the head of a country, and in order to keep your city safe from the bad things, you implement a policy like this. You select all the good people and ask them to extend their generations by having the children. So this repeats for a few generations. You will notice that now we have an entire population of good people only. Now that may not be entirely possible, but this example was just to help you understand this concept. So the basic idea was that we change the input, that is population, such that we'll get the better output, that is better country. So we need to find the perfect input, and based on that we'll be getting the perfect output over here. Now this genetic algorithm is inspired from biology. It is nature inspired computing. So the things which nature is having is inspired from there, and based on that this algorithm is created. Now cells are the basic building block of all the living things. Okay, you might have learned that in biology. Therefore, in each cell there is the same set of chromosomes available. A chromosome is basically a string of DNA. Just check it out. A cell is present. Inside it we have a nucleus. This is a nucleus of the cell, and the nucleus contains the chromosomes. This one, and chromosomes is containing a DNA. So DNA follows a pattern. That pattern is used for inspiration of the genetics. Okay. Now how can we represent this data in the form of a computer? Traditionally, these chromosomes are represented in a binary as a string of zeros and ones. See this, for example, this is your chromosomes, and individual bit is a gene, and inside that contains values called an allele. A chromosome consists of genes, commonly referred to as a block of DNA, where each gene encodes a specific trait, for example hair color or eye color. Okay, so this is what we are going to have, the encoding from the DNA. So this is hair color, eye colors are defined, they are inherited from the DNA. How exactly it works now? First, we define our initial population as our country main. Okay, so whatever problem which I told previously, we'll be focusing on that only. We defined our initial population as our country main. We defined a function to classify whether a person is good or bad. This is what we define, function. So we have input data set first, and then we define the function to classify whether the person is good or bad. Then we selected good people for mating to produce their offsprings. Okay, so for mating to produce their offspring, so the next generation that will be producing out of them. And finally, these offspring replace the bad people from the population, and this process repeats again and again. So by this method, the bad population of bad people will start decreasing, and after some particular amount of period, bad people will not be present, only the good people will be available in this particular country. This is how genetic algorithm actually works, which is basically tries to mimic the human evolution to some extent. We can say that it is an optimization technique which tries to find out such values of input so we get the best output values or result. Best output. So that's what we are going to make use of. The best output possibilities is the actual output that we are expecting from the genetic algorithms here. Now, how exactly genetic algorithm workflows? So let's start with this. First of all, we are going to have initialization of the GA genetic algorithm, then fitness assignment. Okay, assign this to multiple different things. I'll just show these 4 steps one by one. Then selection, then we have crossover, then mutation, and finally we are having a stopping criteria. If the stopping criteria is true, then we'll continue further. If it is false, then again go to perform the same operation of fitness assignment, selection, crossover, and mutation onwards. Okay, this is how the genetic algorithm actually performs its operations. So let's take an example of knapsack problem. You might have heard about this. Let's say you are going to spend a month in a wilderness. Only thing, you are carrying the backpack which can hold maximum weight of 30 kilograms. Okay, so you are going to you are having this particular bag, okay, particular knapsack on your back, and it can hold only 30 kilograms. Now your different survival items which are having own survival points which are given in the table, and your objective is to maximize the survival points. Your objective is to maximize the survival points. See how it is. So these are the items that we can keep in a bag: sleeping bag, rope, pocket knife, then torch, bottle, and glucose. And these are the weights of this. These are the survival points. Okay, so you have to carry these particular items with you, but the maximum weight is 30, and you have to gain maximum survival points based on that. So how exactly it will go? Let's see the 4 steps which are mentioned in genetic algorithms. How exactly it will go? Our first step would be defining our population. So our population will contain individuals each having their own set of chromosomes. We know that the chromosomes are the binary strings, where for problem 1 would mean that the following items taken, and 0 means that is dropped. So check this one. These are the genes, and we are going to take this. 0 means you are dropped, and 1 it is taken. So total, you can check it out. So total 1 2 3 4 5 6 items are there. So all these 6 items which are mentioned over here. Okay, so multiple stages are present within it. This is the population. Okay, population means that the 4 different chromosomes are present, and in every chromosome only, okay, so 6 genes are there. This is single individual gene. Okay, so A1, A2, A3, A4, these are the stages by which you are going to perform the operations, and this is single chromosomes. So in first case, okay, what's the weight that we carry? You can check it out. 1 then 4 and 5. So 1, then we are having 4 and 5. Okay, 4 and 5. So 29 weight will be present there. Similarly to that, we are going to have the others also. Okay, this is what we initialize, the first step. Then we are going to apply the fitness function. See this. Let's calculate the fitness point for our first 2 chromosomes. So for A1 chromosome, just check it out. A1 chromosome, only 3 items are taken. Item number 1, item number 4, and item number 5. So this is 4th item, this is this is 1st item, 4th item, 5th item. 29 are there. Survival points for the same are 28. Okay, survival points for the same are 28 for this case. So here for A1 chromosome, I can achieve survival points as 28. Now if you go to perform operations same for the A2, where it's containing 0 0 1 1 1 0. So 3 4 and 5, these 3 items are taken. Number 3 is 2, then torch is this is 5, and bottle is 9. So combining all, we are having 16 kilograms as weight. Survival points are 23. So for this problem, our chromosome will be considered as more fit when it contains more survival points. Therefore chromosome 1 is more fit than the chromosome 2. Okay, getting this? Chromosome 1 is more fit than the chromosome 2, because chromosome 1 carries more survival points, that is 29, and chromosome 2 carries less than chromosome 1, which is 23. So we are going to find the most effective chromosomes out of it. That's what fitness function we apply. Then select. We can select a fit chromosome from our population which can mate and create their offsprings, the next generations. General thought is that we should select the fit chromosome and allow them to produce offspring, but that would lead chromosomes that are more close to one another in few next generation, and therefore less diversity will be there. Therefore, we generally use the roulette-wheel selection method here. Now, what is roulette-wheel selection methods? Now, just consider that wheel, let's divide that into m divisions, where m is the number of chromosomes in our population, and the area occupied by each chromosome will be proportional to its fitness value. Like for example, chromosome number 1 carries 28 survival points, 2 carries 23, 3 carries 12, and 4 carries 34 survival points there. Okay, now if we combine all of them together and we are finding the percentage of it, so just check it out. Chromosome 1 carries 28.9 percentage, chromosome 2 23.7, 3 carries 12.4, and 4th carries 35.1 percentage of the survival points within it when you plot it. See this one. So check the numbers which I mentioned over there. This is number 1, this is number 2, number 3, number 4. Okay, and here we will be applying a fixed point. Okay, so roulette wheel will revolve, and one by one it will be taking the data out of it. So this is what exactly looking like a pie chart. Okay, then third, crossover. In biological term, crossover is nothing but a reproduction. So let's find the crossover of chromosome 1 and 4 which are selected in the previous step. So the properties of the father and mother are inherited in the son or daughter. So how some properties are taken from parent and from father, and some are from mother, and based on that these offsprings are generated. Now let's see this one. So most form of crossover is known as the one point crossover, where we select random crossover point and the tails of both chromosomes are swapped to produce a new offsprings. See this one. So 3 are taken from here and 3 are taken from here, and this new is generated, and then 3 are taken from here, this 3, and this 3 are taken from here, and then next generation of offsprings are generated. This is called as crossover. We can take 2 crossover point also. It will be called as multi crossover, which is just like this. So 2 from here, okay, this 2, then 2 from here, then 2 from here, and then created, then 2 from here, then 2 from here, then 2 from here, and based on that new offspring are generated. This is what we call as a crossover, and that's carry forwarded to the next generation. And the last point is the mutation. If you think the biological sense, are the children produced have this same traits as their parents? The answer is no. During their growth, there is some changes in the gene of the children which makes them different from its parents. This process is known as mutation, which may be defined as a random tweak in the chromosomes, which also promotes the idea of diversity in the populations. Idea of the diversity in the population. So check it out, mutation. So this number gene is changed here. Okay, so it's not exactly the same is outputted. So we are going to make, or this is automatically done. So we are making this 1 to 0, or maybe some 0 will make made as 1. So exact properties are not replicated, because during their growth there is some changes in the gene of children which make them different from its parents. Okay, that term is called as the mutation. Okay, so in summary, how we are exactly done that all the process of the genetic algorithms. So first of all, so this how you're having a population evaluation, then we select it. Okay, some are selected, some are discarded, then which are selected will be working a crossover onto them. Okay, one from here, one from here, and then mutation also, some are taken or some extra are added, and then again evaluation. So this is how exactly the genetic algorithm performs and tries to find the best output out of it. This best output prediction is the main part that we need to focus on. Okay, so that genetic algorithms operations that will continue further with this. Let's see. Now result generation. Finally, how results are actually generated. The offsprings that produce are again validated using our fitness function, and if consider fit, then it will replace the less fit chromosomes from the populations. Okay, so less fit chromosome will be replaced. from the population. So basically there are different termination conditions which are listed, like there is no improvement in the population for crossover X iterations. We have already predefined an absolute number of generation for our algorithms, and when our fitness function has reached a predefined value. So these are the different conditions for terminations of the final output. Okay, and then we'll continue. This is a loop actually. Okay, so this loop will be continued onwards. Okay, so this is how exactly the best fitted output are identified with the fitness function in genetic algorithms. Now the libraries that we are expecting out of it. Now the libraries are like pandas, numpy. They are the basic library that we require here also, but along with this we are going to make use of few more libraries, like for machine learning classes. Okay, so which is the base machine learning algorithm to find is defined by the genetic algorithm, and for this purpose we require scikit-learn also. Then along with that we require XGBoost, because this is the ensemble learning algorithm of XGBoost. It is also considered while training by genetic algorithm, and torch is also one of the library which is expected. So you need to make sure that this library is also installed in your system. And for genetic programming there is a special library called as tpot. This tpot library is required to perform the operations or to perform generations of algorithms using genetic algorithm. That's why tpot library is also required. So make sure that you install all of these libraries in your system. Okay, so what exactly the tpot means? We'll just take a simple overview of it, and then we'll go for practical implementation. So tpot is a Python automated machine learning tool that optimizes machine learning pipeline using genetic programming. Okay, so optimization is done by using pipeline genetic programming. So tpot will automate the most tedious part of the machine learning by intelligently exploring thousands of possible pipelines to find the best one of your data. Okay, exploring thousands of possible pipelines, finding the best one for your data. So its task is to find the best algorithm which will perform operation or perfect prediction on your data. Okay, whether it is regression or classifications. So tpot is not defined by the scikit-learn. You need to install from the pip, and it's available. Their official website is this, which is shown on your screen. Okay, so let's take a simple overview again. tpot pipeline. So raw data is given, and then all operation that we perform onto it. These are the commonly used operations that tpot does. Data cleaning first of all, then we feature selection, feature pre-processing, feature construction, and then out of it, then finally the clean data with will be used here, and per model will be selected. Then we optimize the parameters, means hyper tuning, just like we have seen by using grid search cross validation. Here parameter optimization is done, and then out of all machine learning models, the perfect and the most suitable model of ML will be used for final validation of the data. That's how the tpot pipeline is used. So see just an example here. Okay, so entire data set we are having with us. So for example, we will be applying polynomial features pre-processing, we apply PCA, then we combine the features, then we do recursive feature elimination. So you have to take this or not take this, and out of all we are identifying a random forest classifier is the best example, best machine learning algorithm which we can apply onto it. Okay, so this is how the decision of the algorithm is done by using the tpot here. So let's start with the practical implementation of it. I'll be taking the example from both of these. The examples will be from regressor and from the classification also. Okay, from regressor and classification, I'll be taking a single example. Okay, let's start with the regressor first. In regressor, we'll be making use of the data set of salary and the experience. So we have seen this already. So let's check this out. The data set will contain the information about the experience and salary of the person, which is, we know that this is linearly incrementing, but the problem is of regression. So which regression algorithm is suitable for this data set that we are going to find? So two columns are there. Years experience is the input and salary is the output. Okay, so we just check it out. This data set we have used for the linear regression also already, and we have to find the relationship or the most suitable machine learning algorithm by using genetic algorithms here. So I'll just close this and let's see similar kind of steps that we are going to perform here also. Okay, so first of all, import our classes. Okay, that's what we require for the operations here. Let's import the packages first, numpy as np and pandas as pd. Okay, so it's imported, and now let's import the file, that is salary.csv, which we know that dataset is equal to pd.read_csv salary.csv. Now inside this we are having the first column as input, that is datasets years experience. I am taking as input, dot values will convert that into the array, and then I am making it the two-dimensional array, okay, which is pre-requirement of the ML algorithms. Okay, so x is created, x is containing years of experience, and the output is y, which is containing a salary. Okay, so I am separating x and y now. Okay, both are separated. Then we are going to split this data into the train test split format. So from sklearn.model selection, I imported train test split function, then x train x test, y train y test is equal to train test split, xy test size I am making 0.33, 33% entry, that is 10 entries will go to testing data and 20 entries will go to training data. Random set I am keeping 0 there. Okay, so it's imported. Okay, so our splitting is done. Now let's use the teapot regressor class here. Okay, so from teapot package I am importing the teapot regressor class. Teapot regressor class is used to create a genetic algorithms, and based on the genetic algorithm the most suitable regressor algorithm will be identified by this, and how to make this, that also I'll show you. So it's created regressor. Now let's create the object of it. So first of all, so this is the object of teapot regressor. Teapot regressor, generations 5, population size 20, and verbosity 2. Verbosity is not expected, but I am just mentioning there. Let's see the meaning of these T statements. Generations, the number of iteration to run pipeline optimization process, that is what we call as iteration generations. Generally teapot will work better when you give more generations to optimize the pipeline. Teapot will evaluate population size plus generations into offspring size pipelines in total. Okay, default size of generation is 100. Second parameter that we have seen is a population size, which default is 100 again. The number of individual to retain the genetic programming population every generation. Generally teapot will work better when you give more individuals with which they optimize the pipeline. And the third is verbosity. So how it is displayed, see, so teapot communicate while it's running. 0 means printing nothing, 1 means minimal information, 2 will print more information, 3 will print progress bar, like all. Okay, so that's what output we are expecting out of it, so that's shown over here. So I'm using 2. Okay, so 2 will show the progress bar, okay, when it start performing the operations. So let's see, the 3 tasks I mentioned, very small teapot pipeline I am creating here. Generations are 5 only, population size is 20. So let's run this. Okay, so this is object, this is what the object is created. Now I'm going to train the algorithm with the given data, and then all kind of generations will find the highest possibility classes where the perfectly suited for the regression algorithm, that will be identified. So let's run this. Now I have not installed XGBoost, that's why it is showing this particular warning that XGBoost regressor is not installed and will not be used. And now see, this is optimization has started. Optimization, okay, so with the help of this optimization, your algorithm is trying to find the best suited algorithm for finding the result out of this. Okay, so once it is reaching towards the 100%, it will identify the perfect suited algorithm for our data set. Yes, so see, generation 1, 5 generations are given there. Generation 1 is completed, and its current best internal cross validation score is also mentioned there. So out of all, which is the best one, that will be identified. The cross validation score is increasing generation by generation. See this one, this is about finish. Yes, that's completed. Now See, these are the 4 generations which are given. Out of it, what's my result is the base pipeline. See this one, base pipeline is linear SVR, linear support vector regressor with these optimized parameters is the best pipeline which will perform the output, which will perform the perfect machine learning model on your data set. Okay, this is the output of it. It means that now I can apply linear SVR, linear support vector regressor algorithm to find a solution to this particular data set. Okay, so if you find the score, so score, this is just a simple method mechanism by which you identify the cross validation score of it. Okay, and now I am using a function tpot.export tpot salary pipeline.py. Now what I am doing here, I am just exporting all of this particular data, this particular program or this particular method mechanism in a file tpot salary pipeline.py. With the help of this, I will be now solving the problems to this particular data set there. I will just go to my folder, current working directory. There you can see this is created. Program will be available to you now. We have to assign the data only. So let's see this, all these classes. So I'll be just following it here. Okay, so let's go one by one. Okay, so program is given to you. Now you have to use this program. I'm just using SVM, linear SVR is the best algorithm by which I can classify, I can perform the regression on this data set here. Okay, done. So next one is this. Okay, so I'm just copying all. Okay, so here I need to write the path. Path is salary.csv. Okay, then remaining are not expected actually, and what's my target is salary. Okay, so I got this tpot.data, and from that I am extracting the features. Features mean input variable. So input is my experience, and that's why I am dropping salary and experience is taken over here. Fine. After that, I need to split my data. Okay, so let's split it. Training features, testing features, training target, testing target. Okay, split it. Features are given as it is. Tpot data. So here I am having output variable as class, and random state is none. Okay, so let's split the data. Okay, what's the issue? Class, sorry, not class, it is salary. Okay, okay, yes, splitting is done now. After this, yeah, this perfect data or perfect algorithm which is identified here is this linear SVR, by which I am creating object exported pipeline, which is the object of linear SVR with the given parameters. See the parameter which are optimized parameter for this, which I have directly copied from this particular file, which is saved in my current working directory, and just create the object of linear SVR now. That's done. And after this, we are going to fit. Okay, so exported pipeline object of the linear SVR is created. Dot fit training features, that is input, and training target as the output. Then exported pipeline dot predict testing features. So remaining 10 entries I am giving there, and results I am generating from this. And finally, I am going to show you the comparison of original testing data, testing output, and then predicted output. So for this purpose, I will be using pd.data frame, actual testing target, and predicted as the results. Now see this one. This is the output generated from using linear SVR, linear support vector regressor. So these are the actual values of salary, and these are the predicted. So actual and predicted by using the linear SVR algorithm, which genetic algorithm has found the most suited algorithm for this. Now one thing that we need to make sure that not every time genetic algorithm will show you the correct, or sorry, not correct, same algorithm. If you change the generation, if you change the number of steps there, your output of genetic algorithm may change. It may change, but it will get more scope to change, more scope to apply more optimized parameters over there. So but it is time consuming. It will take some time to identify the most optimized machine learning algorithm as well as its parameters over there. So here regressor identify linear SVR, and based on that I am doing the predictions where the least amount of the error is present. So instead of linear regressor, I can apply this algorithm where the lowest amount of the error is present. Okay, this is how regressor perform the operations of finding the best algorithm for regressor problem solutions. Okay, now let's go for the classifier. So for classifier, I am using the data set of banknotes. Okay, so this is banknotes. I am just revising data sets meaning again. These are the image properties of the fake and not fake notes. Okay, variance, skewness, kurtosis, entropy, and class. So these properties define what kind of note is this. So 0 means fake note, and below that we have 1 which is not fake note. Okay, so it's a classification data set. Fine, we have used that data set for random forest and the decision tree also. So here also I'll be making use of this, and let's perform the operation by using the genetic algorithms classifier. Okay, so let's import pandas and pd, then we'll read the csv file banknote.csv. Okay, then check the shape of it, check the head of it, 1372 rows, 5 columns, then first 5 entries, just check it out, all they are printed here. Now we know that except class remaining, this variance, skewness, kurtosis, entropy, these are the input variables. Okay, that's why I deleted the class variable, class feature, and remaining others I have taken in x. Okay, and then output variable I'm taking in y. Okay, so x contains 4 features and y contains the class as the output variable there. Then let's split it. So train test split will be, I'm making use of test size as 0.20%. Okay, so x train, x test, y train, y test. So splitting it, train 80%, test 20%. Okay, that's done. Now here actually use comes. So just like teapot regressor, I'm having teapot classifier also. So how to do this one? Let's import this from teapot, import teapot classifier, and similar kind of parameters I'll be passing there for teapot classifier. Generations I'm keeping 5, population size I'm keeping 20, verbosity I'm keeping 2. So the object of this teapot classifier will be created as per my properties I mentioned over there. And now let's train the algorithm with the given data. Almost 1034 entries are present in training. Sorry, 80%. Okay, it's more than that, maybe 1100 entries will be there into it. So let's fit it. So here also XGP classifier is not present, but now it is starting the optimization process on the given data. Now my data is the classification data, where the output variable is a class, that is the class of the note, whether the note is fake or original. And now it's trying to finding multiple different classifiers from scikit-learn, and few more packages will identify which is the most suitable classifier for prediction of these banknotes. Let's see, let's wait for this and find which is the best suitable classifier this pipeline provides to us. Now you can check this after every generation. The cross validation score, internal cross validation score is 100%. Generation 1, 2, 3, 4. So data set is clean, so it is best suited for almost all kind of algorithms. That's why it is shown like this. Okay, so generations are over, cross validation score is 1, and the base pipeline is MLP classifier. What we have, so it is multi-layer perceptron artificial neural network with alpha 1 learning rate in, okay, that's what I mentioned, and based on that is the best suitable pipeline that we got present here. Let's find the score of it. Score is 100%, and I'm going to store this pipeline teapot.export teapot notes pipeline, and let's go for that. Where is present? Yeah, this is, and inside it we are going to have the code automatically generated. I just need to change my input, output, and the file name. So let's do for that. Okay, okay, fine. So let's check this. So importing accuracy score also. Now let's use the file name. Okay, so file name is present here, that is your banknotes. Okay, remaining others are not expected. your output variable is class. Okay, done. Then let's split your data. Okay, 25%. Okay, so output variable is a class again. Okay, so we have split the data: training features, testing features, training target, testing target, and then split it. Features are given, output variable is class, random state none. Okay, done. And the best suited algorithm that pipeline has found is MLP classifier, which I applied here. Exported pipeline MLP classifier alpha 1, learning rate is 0.001. Okay, so let's do this one. Okay, done. Now let's fit and extract the result. Okay, now exported pipeline.fit. So this pipeline is what we have: MLP classifier fitted with this input, this output. Then once the object is created, we apply the predict function to it. Predict exported pipeline.predict testing features. Okay, their results are generated. Okay, so results are generated by the MLP classifier, and originally we have the testing targets also, testing target, which are available as the test outputs already, and results are generated by the algorithms. Okay, so we are finding accuracy score, testing target into results, results into 100. So this will show you, yes, this is 100% accurate. It's all the results which are generated by the MLP classifier with the given data is given 100% accuracy over here. So this is how we can optimize or find the most suitable algorithm for the given data with the help of the genetic algorithms classifier. So with the help of different generations, we find these particular results, and these results will be most accurate than any other kind of the algorithm that we find. So this is how we are going to make use of the generations of the algorithms and find the most suitable algorithm which will give you the suitable prediction as well as with the help of least amount of the error. Okay, so this is how we are going to make use of the genetic algorithms or genetic engineering that we call from the computer programming point of view. Okay, you can practice this. Let's go with the last point. What are the applications? Applications of it lies in engineering design. Engineering design has relied heavily on computer modeling and simulation to make design cycle process fast and economical. Genetic algorithm has been used to optimize or provide a robust solution to this also, because this is tend to change always, and the things which are already available in the first stages we need to carry forward perfectly to generate more suitable output. Traffic and shipment routing, traveling salesman problem that we have seen already. It is a famous problem that has effectively adopted by many sales based companies, and it is time saving and economical. And the robotics, the use of genetic algorithm in the field of robotics is quite big. Actually, genetic algorithm is being used to create learning robots which will behave as human and will do tasks like cooking a meal or doing laundry, etc. Okay, so are the common applications where we can apply or make use of the genetic algorithms. And if you want to work more on that, you can see the first link which I mentioned. Okay, epistasislab.github.io. Okay, on theory concepts are taken from Analytics Vidya. If you want to use all the study material, you can download from mitu.co.in. Just practice it. You can practice this particular algorithm on different set of the data sets also, and try to find which is the most suitable algorithm which will classify or which will find the perfect predicted results for your program. If you want to communicate, the communication mechanism is there in front of your screen. Thank you. Thanks a lot.